Let's see if this worked. Yep. Decided to take a short break from my Facing the Pantheon streams. Well, from my Facing the Pantheon streams, or Conquering the Pantheon streams, in order to take some advice off of Reddit of facing Pure Vessel in the Hall of Gods to get practice. Not using my usual controller, so let's hope that doesn't negatively affect me too much. Instead of using an Xbox controller, I'm using a wired Nintendo Switch controller, which has very different buttons and back paddles. Well, by very different buttons, I mean the triggers are very different. Because I just set the control scheme to be the same as on an Xbox controller. Oh, still burst into existence like this now. I checked out where Pure Vessel was on a different thing, so here they are. I'm assuming Attuned is the easier one. Crap, that's already going very bad. Good to know, do not jump that. I say as I jump that. Whoops. So first attempt could have gone better, could have gone worse. I started actually learning how to deal with some of his attacks instead of just blundering my way through them, or blundering my way through them. Maybe I should do this with no charms on. Oh crap, need to dodge through if I hit a parry, I guess. Or just don't hit parries. Looks like I need to dash twice if I want to escape that if I don't dash through right. Whoop. I do have eventual plans of doing either a stream or at least a video series of facing all the Pantheon gods to Radiant. Because I don't think I've ever faced even a single one to Radiant. Whoops. So far on the one where he spurts out blades, I've only been avoiding it by luck, if I've avoided it. Whoops. Yeah, that one. Oh, he can neutral hop as well? That's like the most dangerous aspect of the Hornet and Lost Kin fight. Oh, the Hornet and Lost Kin fight, yeah. The neutral hopping. And he can do that, huh? Yeah, I'm just not using my usual controller isn't enough of an excuse for doing bad, but I don't think I'm gonna be succeeding for a while. I hit him as he was pulling up the parry, but still before he pulled up the parry. Wait, I started immediately going for a heal out of habit, because I learned that's the safe heal spot. And then I didn't need to heal. Okay, I think... whoops. I think short hop makes it so you don't get hit, so whenever he... Ooh, but I do a full hop in case he's doing the dash forward on. I should just instead take time to analyze what he's doing instead of reacting as soon as he teleports away, I guess. Because I've been full hopping preemptively, for when he... for if he does a forward dash, but... like that. But that doesn't avoid that. In fact, it sends you straight into it. Whoops. Stood a bit too close. Currently, I'm not actually trying to make it far, I'm just trying to practice and see what works and what doesn't. How to avoid certain attacks. Because once I learned that, don't know if he has a second phase or not, but once I learn that, I should be able to more consistently get farther in, so that's why I'm not focusing on trying to make it too far currently. Crap, dodged the long way. Whoops. 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 The main one I need to learn how to dodge. The other ones I was just doing bad against, but the main one I need to learn how to dodge is when he bursts swords out of his chest. Or nails out of his chest. That's the one I don't know how to avoid yet. Either I have hit it by luck or I don't so far. I could dash through it, but that's a much... that's probably going to be much harder than just learning the timing to see it and dodge it. That was a luck-based dodge, not skill-based. Crap, dodged the wrong way. Whoops. I meant to turn around before slashing there, which if I did, I wouldn't have launched back into the nail. Let's go. I keep dodging the wrong way with that. I keep dodging it like... Why'd I turn that way? But I keep dodging the parry like I'm dodging Hornet's parry, which theirs is not the same. Crap, I can't do that. Because Hornet, you can just slash at them, and if they parry you, you can dodge out, or dodge back. With them, you most certainly can't, unless you perfectly time a Shade Cloak. Which by then, why not just dash through them if you mess up and hit a parry? In fact, why not just try and not hit the parry at all? But I seem to not be very good at that. Crap. Whoops. I think what's best is always being in the air and being far away. I'm gonna try that. Be in the air and be away. Only hit counterattacks. The thing is, I play very aggressively. So I'm not certain how long I'll maintain that for. Dodged the wrong way. That was a bit desperate and dangerous. I could have dodged that. I could have dodged that. Hey, I actually successfully intentionally dodged it for once. Okay, I was right about having enough time to double heal there. Why'd it turn around? He keeps randomly turning around. Whoops. I've started to actually learn how to face them, though. In another couple years, I might be able to defeat them. God, I'm in such an awkward position for recording. I need to get a proper setup. Well, properly positioned setup. I need to remember my promise to myself to not play aggressively. I say as I charge in. I could have avoided that so easily. Okay, I thought for a second that I had misunderstood. I was thinking that he teleported every time he got up, and then he just didn't and stood there in front of me. Oh crap. I will admit, his explosions are intimidating me. They are working. Ah, crap, didn't do it in time. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, Zero Skill. Been a while since I've seen you. Currently, I'm practicing against Pure Vessel because every time I make it to him within the Pantheon, I just end up losing almost immediately. Still not going great, but I'm starting to actually learn how to face them. And it's not like what I'm doing now. Yeah, I've taken a short break from streaming, mainly because I had to delete Hollow Knight off my laptop to have space for something else. Now I'm back. And don't intend on stopping for a while. Aw, dang. Have you ever beat all the Pantheons before, No Skill? Oh crap. Dang it. Oh, nice. So far, I still haven't beat Pantheon 4, but currently trying to rectify that. Ah, dang, I went higher than I thought I would. I'm glad someone gave me the advice to. Oh dang! I didn't think I would avoid that, so I just started walking back into him. Someone gave me the advice to face them in Hall of Gods because I completely forgot that Hall of Gods existed. And oh god. Thinking about this, if I had been facing him in the Pantheon, every single one of these losses would have been an end once I reached the end of that Pantheon. Currently, I need to get myself used to playing defensively instead of aggressively, I feel like. Because it seems to work way, way better when I just wait for him to do something I can punish. It also makes it way, way easier for me to dodge this move. I still seem to struggle against it a lot, but it does make it easier. I'm also getting out of the habit of reacting to his counter like I react to Hornet's counter. Because it goes very badly almost every single time, unless I'm just barely far enough away. Oh god. Oh, I didn't read. For some reason, I didn't expect that standing in the giant exploding circle around him would hurt me as well. I am getting farther and farther, though, slowly but surely. I'm also making less and less progress occasionally. I didn't start healing. Yeah, it looks like I need to start playing Hollow Knight a lot more. Although I've never managed to beat Pure Vessel before, I've gotten a lot worse than I was when I was doing my true ending playthrough. Need to remember defensively, not offensively. Dang. Why'd it turn around? That keeps happening. I keep getting in that, and then I'll just try and slash him, and then suddenly my guy will turn around right before I slash because I barely tap the thing. I think this controller is much more sensitive than my usual one or something. At least with the joystick. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it does keep resulting in me getting hit in that very specific situation. Dang, I should have just dodged into that. debating taking off Longnail and Mark of Pride because they're getting used to an unhealthy amount of nail length, but they are very helpful. Isn't P5 literally every single boss in the game, or am I wrong about that? Because if so, that's going to be a nightmare compared to all the other Pantheons. Okay, that was a bit greedy going for that. Paid off, but it was greedy and dangerous. Dang it. Ah. Yeah. I'm anxious. Well, I'm really excited to try P5, but I gotta make it through P4 before then, because I think Pantheon 5 is going to take absolutely forever to beat, but I really like completing challenges. And I can always just sacrifice a bit of sleep if I want to challenge P5, so I don't really need to worry about time much. It's a dangerous strategy, but I think my most consistent way of avoiding it whenever he spews out nails from his chest so far seems to be just Shade Cloaking through them forwards. It's dangerous because it leaves me without my Shade Cloak in case I mess up immediately after, but it seems to be the most consistent way I've avoided them so far. Aw, dang! I tried to charge up a nail art, and then the slash I used just hit him because I was too close. And that's the dangerous part of doing that. Yeah, I don't know why. That's the second time I've forgotten that the giant exploding ring is dangerous. Eventually, I'll learn. No, it's more just a matter of not being greedy. I saw it was coming and I just tried to get more hits in without really thinking about it's about to go off. I do like this Mantis Lords-like move, because it's a very familiar action for dodging. If I just didn't use Monarch moves there, I wouldn't have gotten hit. Oh, live and learn. Ooh. No! Let's see how this goes. Decided to just heal up as much as I could in the corner and hope I wasn't hit. Not a good strategy, but a strategy that just miraculously ended up working there. Wait, he was hit? Oh, that goes off faster than I expected. Wait, what's he doing? That's the first time I made it far enough in the fight that he pulled out a void tendril. I did not know he did that. And I get the feeling, there's still some more moves I have to see him pull out. Man. Although, like, by the end of the Pantheon, I'd be, like, much more, like, prepared. Very, like, prepared. Very in focus and everything. And there would be more higher stakes to keep me on edge and playing properly. I am still so glad that there's Hall of Gods so I could practice this outside of a Pantheon. Because although it's likely it wouldn't take me quite as many attempts as outside of a Pantheon, it would take me so many attempts of making it to the end of that Pantheon in order to actually successfully beat this. Yeah, now that I've started getting good at more of the basic moves, I think I should probably be trying to take it more serious early on, so I can learn how to avoid his later on moves. Whoops. Just walked headfirst into a blade. Should be able to get on 2 heals here. Yep. Oh, I should have charged up a nail art. I wasn't thinking. Oh. Looks like that's up or really, really far away. Or the avoidance path. And I did neither. What the? My guy just turned around into the spike. Must have very lightly tapped on it by accident or something when I was releasing it. Whoa. Time to restart. Not much stakes for losing since it's practice after all. I've learned it's not guaranteed that's an actually safe heal. He can do moves where it's hard to get off that heal safely and stuff, but you can pretty consistently do 2 heals safely whenever he gets down, it seems. At least early on. It's just a bit of a gamble. Whoops. You know, at least it was myself that killed me and not the boss. So I outkilled myself in a sense. making this slightly harder for myself by insisting on doing this on my true ending profile instead of the God Home mode, which gives you everything, but I feel like this profile, after how far I made it into God Home, should be the one I finish it on. Or the Pantheon. Whoops. What? A rare instance where I see the benefit of steady body. I need to think of some things to talk about for my next stream because my commentary is kind of running dry here. Or I could just do really well at the game and talk about that. Still have not gotten used to dodging that, but I'm at least noticing when he's starting to do it. He's also kind enough to give you an opportunity where he's not attacking after he does the white explosive. Hey, beat him! I was not expecting that. Gonna go into practice a few more times. But that's definitely a lot of progress since that's the first time I've ever beat Pure Vessel at all. Yeah, though, I like that he is kind enough to give you just an opportunity, well, a moment to reprieve it after he does the explosives. He just doesn't move instead of slashing at you, which it could so easily be done, and it wouldn't actually make it impossibly difficult, so it would still be fair. But it's definitely much more convenient and nicer that when he does the explosion, he gives you a moment to recover and potentially hit him. Crap. Oh god. I forgot those things were going to appear and just started healing. I accidentally dashed there and that got me killed. There was still a way I could have survived that, I just didn't react in time. Yeah. I probably plan to practice this until I can beat him a couple more times, and then I'll go to Pantheon 4. Oh, I keep messing up. You know, might as well try him on the harder mode. I can barely beat him on the regular mode, but might as well try the harder mode. Is he faster on the harder mode, or does he just deal more damage? Oh. You know, fair enough. This certainly makes it a lot harder. And I think I'll try and beat him like this. Because this is actually pretty fun. I didn't even realize I was about to die until it happened. Ah, dang. I think I won't go for Nail Arts anymore without Nail Master's Glory equipped. Now I'm effectively at full health again. Now I'm effectively not. Whoops. Yeah, this is pretty fun though, challenging him at Ascended. I haven't made it far yet, but it's a very good lesson in being careful. Considering mistakes like that and walking into him are fatal. God, I managed to miss Pogo even when having Long Nail and Mark Pride on. I'm not very good at judging distances, it seems. Oh, that's something that I just need to practice. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah, I think I need to play a bit more often. But I am at least having fun, even if I'm just failing a bunch. But I should probably put more effort into this and see how far I can go. Okay, the first time was just an unfortunate turnaround. The second time I just walked straight into this nail. The first time was unfortunate, the second time was just me. Every time. I can't tell if I'm getting better or getting worse. Because, like, I'm introducing new mistakes that I wasn't making at the start, but I'm fixing mistakes that I was making before at the same time. Dang it. Well, I am currently doing worse and worse, but I think I just need to not try and slash whenever he does the slam down nails, because it seems to be about 50-50 for if I accidentally turn around and then will just bounce myself off into the nails in front of him. Because I'm now, if I turn around, I'm too close. Whoops, that was the wrong direction by accident. No! I was actually doing well for once. Decided to just go completely silent and focused, and I ruined it right there. I was doing so well, slowly gaining up my health. I didn't even make it to the Shadow Tendril. Well, the Void Tendril. Whoop. Right. Whoop. That wasn't bad, but... I'm at least doing a bit better consistently, but still not great. This is very fun, though. Because I've started much more consistently dodging that for a long while. Yeah, I need to stop slashing whenever he does that. It's just too dangerous and I keep getting hit. No, I tried to dodge and it wasn't. Gonna keep going until I be, at the very least, ascended. Oh no. Controller disconnected. My controller's not working. Okay, it's working again. You know what? I'll try and make this work. Never mind. Here's the one where I was in the most disadvantaged position so far, and I wanted to try and make it work. I immediately died. Oh, and the knight had somewhere he wanted to be, and it was most definitely not in this boss arena, it seems. I shouldn't have turned around to slash at him. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going too high for my dodge through that. I should just be short hopping it and dodging through. So far, I still have not managed to make it to where he uses a Void Tendril against me. At least in Ascended. Yeah, do they also have more health in Ascended? I was just assuming they do, and it seems like he does, but might as well ask. Seems like their stun to hit amount is the same, though. Ah, dang it. I didn't move low enough. You know, as long as I am at least consistently making it to where he's doing the explosion, that's a sign I've gotten better. Now I need to start making it consistently to where he does the Void Tendril. Or at least make it there once. Don't get greedy, don't turn around early. Well, that went bad. I got greedy and turned around early. Are all the Pantheon? Nah, not all the Pantheon bosses are in a row there. Well, pretty sure I saw Sly beside it, but Grim being to the right doesn't make much sense if it's just all Pantheon bosses here. Well, if it's Pantheon bosses in a line. But I guess it could be if they're just in a line there and then Grim's off to the right. No! Nothing. Oh god, I should have healed there. Yeah, I should have healed. Now that I think about it though, that move is basically copied from Grim. Unless Grim basically copied it from him. It's just Grim's is faster, I think. Or actually, no, they might be the same speed. Nightmare Pain Grims is almost certainly faster, but regular Grim, they're probably about the same speed. Well, I think that was the worst attempt I've had so far. Focus. Dang. He chose the move to perfectly counter my strategy with just spamming Y at the start. No! I still don't know how to deal with that move, and every time I see him start, I react to it like I'm dodging the blades. That's the farthest I've made it so far. Going silent and focusing really does work in that instance. It's just, I messed up. Dang it. I got greedy in the heel. What? It didn't start healing. That was an accident. Yeah, that went pretty bad. Still at least made it to the explosion, but that's kind of like baseline. Plan on beating Ascended Pure Vessel and then doing, at the very least, depending on the time, one attempt of Pantheon 4. I wasn't expecting to die that early. It really threw me off guard and just messed with what I was saying. Whoops. Getting better in some aspects and worse in others. Oh nice, P1 and P2 are the ones I've so far managed to do in all bindings as well. Pantheon 3, I don't know if I've ever... Actually, no, I think I've only ever once made it to Nailmaster Sly with Pantheon 3 all bindings. I think, but I didn't make it far after that. And I've never even beaten Pantheon 4 no bindings yet, but made it around halfway through, I think, with all bindings. Around, not quite. Because I don't think I ever made it to the rest area, but I don't remember my farthest point. Dang it. Yeah, with the Collector, I got advice off Reddit asking for strategies to make it past him, because he was constantly my stopping point. And the strategy was basically to charge up Cyclone Slash every single time he jumped up, and use it to kill the bugs and slash at him when he comes down. Because you have just barely enough time to fully charge a Nail Art, and if you tap Y with Cyclone Slash, it extends. So you can do a decent bit of damage to him and destroy his bugs in the process. That's the only reason I managed to make it past the Collector. Whoops. I think personally, one of the things I struggle, well, the one I struggle against most with no bindings, although although I didn't very consistently make it past the collector, I mean, not no bindings, all bindings, the one I struggled against the most was, God Tamer, but that was just because at the time I didn't know how to face them. I think now I'd be struggling much more against other bosses. Yeah, if you manage to make it past Collector without doing the Cyclone Slash thing, I'd be impressed though, because I could not manage to beat him until I started doing that. There's probably many who can, I just could not personally do that. Well, I didn't personally have the skill to do that yet. Whoops. I think I'm gonna try a silent attempt soon, so I'm actually completely focusing, because I've so far not managed to make it to the explosion within like the past almost 10 attempts. Oh, you've done all the... So far I haven't done any bindings for Pantheon 3, well, completed any of the bindings for Pantheon 3. But that's mainly because I do either all bindings or no bindings typically, but I have been informed that I should probably try all bindings separately to get used to them. What the f- That's cheating! That's cheating! He just teleported into me! Whoops. Stepped a bit too far. Yeah, though, it's pretty fun just streaming my attempts at this. I feel like if I wasn't streaming it, it would not be nearly as fun, because I can at least talk to people and jokingly complain when I fail, instead of just actually having to deal with the thought of, oh man, I'm failing, that's not a good thing in my mind. Ah, got slashed by. Don't intend to stop the stream until I beat Ascended, unless somehow that takes me over another hour. gonna try a couple ones where I'm just mostly being silent, because I find I focus way more when I'm silent. Whoop. Guess focus doesn't really change the result. No, I just did bad that time. God, if only Ascended is this. If I'm struggling this much with Ascended, I wonder how difficult Radiant would be. Guess that's a trial for another time. I had that one run where I made it to the Tendrils and was close to beating them. And then I got hit to the Tendrils twice, and now I haven't managed to... I barely managed to get to the Explosives ever since that one run. I'm imagining Radiant would basically one-shot me. I went a bit too far. Oh, you managed to beat them in Radiant before? That's impressive. How long did it take you? Honestly, that's quite a low amount of time, I'd imagine, for Radiant, so impressive. I don't know if I've ever actually beaten the boss on Radiant. Actually, there's a very good chance that I did years ago and don't remember it, but I have no clue what boss that would be. Because years ago I knew where Godhome was, and I forgot about it for like a whole 5 or 6 years where it was. And I was too stubborn to search it up. I've now got to make the decision of actually trying to do many silent attempts in a row, or try and get myself into a state of mind where I'm rambling on and on about random things without actually paying attention to what I'm saying. Because if I manage to do that, I can successfully still be speaking while actually putting pretty much my full attention into this. No, I tried to turn around and just didn't turn around.
Man, it's so interesting to hear my own mic's distance for what it can pick up. Because I, like, barely turned my head away. And it could not hear me. Well, it could barely hear me muffled. By the end of this, I might have the posture of one of those peak gamer physique memes. No! That's the second time that's happened, but that one was more on me for going in to get him. Yeah, I'm in such a weird position to make my current streaming setup work. Because, like, my controller's almost touching my chin. Yeah, that attempt was my farthest in a long time. I do like this because although I have the benefits of charms, it does make me feel like I'm preparing more for all bindings, just by the fact that I can typically take less hits than I take in all bindings. No! I got too greedy for hits. I should have backed off after one. Nah, I need to stop going for 2 hits there. I'm getting too consistently greedy. did not realize what they were doing and panicked when I turned around to see them shooting swords at me. Well, nails.
No.
I'm glad I got the advice to try this out in Hall of God. Well, practice against them in Hall of Gods. This has been a pretty fun time. Man, though, playing in this mode, it's hard to believe that only losing 2 masks felt difficult when, compared to even just Ascended. I feel safe when I have well, I feel safe when I even have well, when I'm within 2 hits of death. No! That was meant to be a downward slash. No, I didn't mean to do that. I intend on beating Ascended, potentially making 1 attempt at the next level, and then trying out Pantheon 4 for a couple attempts. But that first relies on me actually beating Ascended. I had gotten the 2 heals off, and then I just immediately messed it up. I think every time I get him down, if I'm missing health, I should be healing up 1. Because he has so much health that you get him down enough throughout the fight that eventually you'd cover enough to actually get an extra hit. As long as it's a run where you actually make it somewhat far. No, I wasn't even close enough to get a hit with that. I just bounced myself off into the nails for nothing. Stopped healing too soon. I'll have like 1 really good run once every like 10 attempts, and then the rest I just fold immediately. Started thinking of Hollow Knight challenges, and that led me to thinking of Path of Pain. Have you completed Path of Pain before 0 skill? I'd assume you have if you've completed Pantheon 5. How long did it take you? Yeah, for me it was definitely easier than tough. For me it took about just under an hour. It was easier than I expected it to be, but I honestly found it really fun because it was a tough platforming challenge, but my skills had just recently been honed for platforming. It's funnier to me the fact that it took like 2 or 3 times as long to just find Path of Pain as it took to complete it. Because that's in such a random and unassuming wall, I would never even know it existed in the slightest if I hadn't heard of it before. I spent so long searching for it that I thought it might have been a mod that just got famous and I had heard about. I think the funniest part about it was just that right before I had found it, I had seen someone on Reddit calling Path of Pain sanity destroying, and then just had a great time going through it. Probably just a difference between really enjoying the platforming and only doing the platforming because you want to complete it. Aw, dang it. Somehow thought I wasn't in range there. Wait, what am I doing? I can imagine how it would be really bad if you, like, got most of the way... Like, I saw some posts of people doing this where they got most of the way through, or halfway through or so, and then they stopped to take a break, and then they lost all their progress because of that. I could see how that would be upsetting. But outside of that, I thought it was just a fun experience. It wrapped up in just under an hour. I probably would not successfully complete Path of Pain now, though my skills have deteriorated too much. But with a bit of practice, I could probably do it. No, that was not the move I thought it was. That's the move I thought it was. No! I panicked. That was my farthest so far, I think. I was probably still a couple of downs from defeating him, but I'm not entirely certain. Well, that's not good. Getting hit this early on. No, I got greedy for the heal. I decided to forward slash instead of pogoing there, thinking that I wouldn't land in the tendrils. But I was just too close to him. You are right, though. Well, completely right about the fact, though, if I can beat them like this, they probably won't pose nearly as much of a threat in the actual Pantheon. Whoop.
I won't be able to read stream chat for like. Unfortunate. Okay.
Well, just had to plug in my only thing that let me read stream chat, so I guess after 2 or 3 attempts I'll be able to read stream chat again. Whoop. I just walked way too close accidentally. Yeah, that one was kind of doomed to fail as soon as I walked into him. There we go. Shouldn't repeat that same mistake twice in a row. Dang it. It started off well, then I just messed up. This is starting to take dangerously close to half an hour, since I said this. I'll be defeating it this stream unless it takes, over an hour. I can now read stream chat again. I'll occasionally have those great runs, but otherwise it's just like this, it seems. You know, I initially thought he was going to do the same thing again twice in a row. And then I saw him appear so close to me, so I was like, oh no, he's not doing the same thing. And then he did the same thing and hit me. Wait, I'm alive? I honestly thought I was dead there. You know what? You know, I shouldn't be so unconfident. I was about to say I don't know if... Okay. Thanks for watching for so long, Zero Skill. See ya. I was gonna say, I don't know if this will be the one or not. But I'll keep going, I'll keep trying and get as far as I can, so it's at least not a terrible attempt. You know, thanks again for joining into my stream, or popping into my stream. Sometimes I do worse, sometimes I do better. Delete bot message. And there we go. I'll be silent for this attempt. made a terrible dodge-off decision there. But practice makes perfect, even if I'm slowly but surely adding in new mistakes and bad habits that weren't there before. Just need to correct those new habits that are being formed. Whoops. Whoops. I kind of want to go back to Tuned just to see how well I do. However, I'm worried that if I go back to Tuned, I'll just end up doing really bad all of a sudden. Because, like, I'm doing meh to terrible against Ascended. If I do, okay. If I do end up doing, okay to terrible against, Attuned, I'll just feel bad. Not actually, but I will definitely feel disheartened. Well, at least somewhat disheartened. I'd mostly just laugh it off, though, but... Dang. If this stream takes over 2 hours, I might not beat Ascended today, but I'm certainly going to try. I wonder if you can fight the Radiance in Hall of Gods. I'm pretty sure you can. And if you can, I wonder if you can fight the Radiance to Radiance. Actually, yeah, if you can fight the Radiance, you can probably fight Absolute Radiance as well in Hall of Gods, and I'd assume you can fight the Radiance. No! Okay, that attempt actually wasn't going all that bad. I messed it up, but it wasn't going bad for the most part. Whoops. You know, I think this might actually be the first day where I actually no, I've met my stream time goal before. It's just, I've streamed for 2 hours before as well. It's just, I don't think I've met my stream time goal before, when my stream time goal was set for 2 hours. Whoops. Hopefully I beat them soon, because another 22 minutes of this does not seem too fun without anyone to talk to. Because as far as I can tell, it seems there's no one watching currently. I'll still keep talking just in case there is. Whoops. Whoops. Assuming every attempt takes 2 minutes, I have about 10 attempts left. Worth of time. But that's only if every attempt makes it at least a decent bit in. Not super far in, but a decent bit. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, every attempt is not making it a decent bit in. That one didn't even last a minute. Didn't think I would be pushed that far back. Whoops. Whoops. You know what? Each time I'm making it less and less in. Well, I'm surviving for less and less time, I think. So I'm evolving backwards? Learning backwards? Like, I'm getting worse and worse. Whoop. I hit him the second time and started healing, and then I realized my mistake. And I would say it's was a bit too late then, but I honestly, if I had just started reacting immediately after I realized, it might barely not have been. that's typically how my deaths have gone so far. One whoops into another immediately after. I have been insisting on making this more difficult for myself, basically, by playing this with 8 masks instead of the potential 10 in Godhome mode. However, this is the amount of masks I'll actually be facing against them with, so since I insist on playing my non-Godhome mode profile for this, well, for facing down the Pantheons. Whoop. No! That was going so well until I did that. Although I wasn't avoiding the tendrils properly, I was definitely fearful of them and staying just far away. What am I doing? Whoops. I had gotten the heal off and then I just stepped back into him by accident. You know, I just realized, I wonder why he shuts his armor at the start of this. Is it just so he can be flexible with his fighting style? I have many attempts worth of time left, technically, with how long's left before I end stream. I did the wrong reaction to dodge that. Made it to Void Tendrils again at least, but immediately lost to them. I'd assume Void Tendrils mean I'm like 3 or 4 downs worth off of beating him, which isn't much. It's just a lot slower progress by that point. Well, likely to be a lot slower progress by that point unless I'm playing proper. Which I tend to start being a bit more of a chicken once I'm that far. And when I don't, I normally don't get that far. I think once it reaches 2, if it reaches 2 hours before and I haven't beat this guy yet, I'll give it like 5 more attempts worth. Like pure silent attempts. Before ending stream. What? Dang it, I was just trying to walk back to slash him. I need to stop trying to slash him when the nails are out and just entirely focus on dodging, because my thing just turns around too much on small moments like that. When I release it, I think it's sensitive enough. Yeah, when I release it, it's sensitive enough that sometimes it flicking back into place turns me around like that. So it's too dangerous to go for slashes there. Made the same mistake twice in a row. God though, this position and form's probably really not good for my health, how I'm sitting and laying right now. I should probably get like a proper chair to sit in and a proper mic so I could be farther than 2 inches away from my laptop. I should probably be wearing my glasses with how close I have to be to my laptop for this, but I rarely wear my glasses, so it should be fine. That's not how that works, but Isn't myopia nearsightedness or something? Well, my nearsightedness is probably gonna get worse over time if I keep streaming like this, but dang it! It did that thing where it turned around after I released it. Well, because I released the joystick.
Whoops.
I didn't realize what they were doing until it was too late. Like, properly processed. I started dodging after seeing they were preparing the move, and then after I dodged, I like, wait a minute, that's not what I was meant to do to avoid that. What? What? What was that heavy breathing? Sounded like it came from my laptop. But I don't remember that sound being made from my laptop before, and I don't think anyone else was in the room with me. It's got me all paranoid now. Why? Almost running out of time. If I can beat him within these next like 2.5 minutes, I'll have beaten him in within my time goal. Okay, I don't think I'm beating him within the next minute of time. However, this still leaves me with roughly 6 attempts worth, because I'm not including the one that doesn't pass over the 2-hour mark. I could also beat it on this one and beat it on an attempt within the 2-hour mark attempts. It's just to pass the 2-hour mark. Okay, there's 5 more attempts that I'll be doing before I shut off the stream. All pretty much completely silent, of course. Stop doing Descending Dark me. Whoops. That's 1 of 5. I broke my rule of completely silent there. When I shouted at myself about using Descending Dark a bunch on accident. Going to heal there, but never mind. Whoops. That's 2 of 5. No! I went too far forwards. I was just trying to heal. And it didn't let me heal, so I decided to just charge forwards to attack. And I went too far forward. 3 of 5. If you ever see me use Descending Dark, it's almost always guaranteed to be an accident. Whoops. One more attempt left today. I so badly want to beat it today, but I will stick with what I said and make this the last attempt. But I could beat it this attempt. No! That's how it ends for today. Unfortunate I didn't beat him today, but I got close. Well, I beat him once, just not on Ascended. Thanks to anyone who watched the stream today. Don't know if anyone's watching right now, but if anyone's watching the stream right now or just watching the VOD, thanks to anyone who watched the stream today. And if you enjoyed, I hope you check out my next stream, which is likely to be tomorrow around a similar time. Hopefully not for as long, but likely for as long. See ya.